Jesus, Father, we've come again to your presence to worship and adore you. We worship you. Higher, 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 higher. Jesus, 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 hallelujah. Oh, yeah. Some people they ask me, say, who they do one for me, oh. I come to tell them, say, no, really not God, they do one more. People they holla, say, shey, na only you God for bless. I just tell them, say, this all life not on by turn, oh. Some people they wonder why, some people they wonder how, some people they wonder where, some people they wonder when, oh, how we take our food. You think, say, my God is sleep. How you take my name? You think, say, my God is slumber, oh. How we take our food. You think, say, my God is sleep. How you take my name? You think, say, my God is slumber, oh. It don't open door, make you join me, praise the Lord. It don't lift me up, make you join me, praise the Lord, oh. It don't open door, make you join me, praise the Lord. It don't lift me up, make you join me, praise the Lord, oh. People will always talk if you do good or bad, oh. Make you never mind them, make you just stay follow God, oh. If God don't bless you, nobody fit to curse you, oh. They can only try, but they will be put to shame, oh. Some people they wonder why, some people they wonder how, some people they wonder where, some people they wonder when, oh. How we take our food. You think, say, my God is sleep. How you take my name? You think, say, my God is slumber, oh. How we take our food. You think, say, my God is sleep. How you take my name? You think, say, my God is slumber, oh. It don't open door, make you join me, praise the Lord. It don't lift me up, make you join me, praise the Lord.
All right, so on the track for today's show, we have our first guest. Her name is Sophia, and she is a gospel artist and, of course, a member of the choir that recorded the British BBC theme song First Step at the legendary Abbey Road studio. Apart from that, she shared stage with quite a lot of, top.
I was shocked when I saw Nicole Mulan and,
And
Damita
also-
Haddon. That's a great resume. Well done.
Let me finish first
Ah,
before
sorry.
you go straight.
I was
to-
overwhelmed
Oh
with
my
that
God.
list.
Before you, and she's also an actress and a TV presenter. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very
Good to
much,
have you
ladies.
on
Thank
board.
you.
You just is in the mood, so
I mean, you wear many hats still.
Yes, I do.
How do you manage that?
Well, I take them one after the other, and with the help of God, I've been, managing and coping well. So when I have acting role, I go out, I do my acting role, and when I need to sing, I sing.
Okay.
When I need to do other things, I do other things. So I allocate time to things I need to do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's just talk about. I'm sorry.
How long have you been on this scene when it comes to gospel? Because there's so many sides to you. How long have you been doing gospel music?
Okay, I've been singing for a long time.
Okay.
But my first album was released in 2014. Yeah, it was launched in London, and I came to Nigeria to do another launch. It's titled God Can. And that's it. And since then I've released lots of singles as well.
Okay.
And then hopefully I'm looking to do another album, a compilation
now.
of all the singles and all the tracks into an album very soon. Yeah.
So when the acting start for you?
Wow. Okay.
Because I mean, gospel artists are very, skeptical when it comes to the acting industry. It's not like you're acting gospel movies. You know how the acting industry is.
Of course,
very
I
controversial.
know.
So I was even asking you behind the scenes,
Yes, you
do
did.
you fine-tune your mind to do this and still do that?
Okay, when it comes to acting, I started acting in the 90s. I did 3 movies.
Wow.
Actually, my first movie is Jim Ike's first movie as well.
Are you serious?
Titled Angel in Hell, yes.
Okay.
Directed by Ima Ogugwa back then. So after that, I did 2 more movies, but, the person I was seeing then said, I don't like movies, blah, blah, blah. So I left.
See, that's what we're talking about.
And I stopped. Yeah, because that was the same time Genevieve joined as well.
Okay.
A lot of us joined the same time,
yeah.
We met in Surulere and all of that. So I did 3 movies there, but I had to leave. So I came back to movies again, acting, while I was in the UK. I joined the UK Nollywood. I've done like 2, 3, 4 movies now, including 2 TV series. And at the moment, I'm a student in London,
Okay.
and I'm studying digital film production.
This is so
Oh,
great.
wow.
So
Yes.
yes, So I want to go into filmmaking, and as much as I can, change the narrative when it comes to movie production in Nigeria. Yeah.
Okay. So I was going to say, you have a campaign against domestic violence. Stop the hurt.
Yes,
Tell
I
us
do.
about the campaign.
Okay. During the COVID-19 in London, the domestic violence skyrocketed. You know, a lot of women were going into refuge, you know, seeking help. Police are being called every now and then. The domestic helpline is always buzzing and all of that. It was all over the news. And I wrote a song on domestic violence in 2018. And I just thought to myself, Sophia, this is the right time to just drop the single. So what I did was I went to the studio. I did a proper recording, studio in London with my producer. And then I said to him, I said, I would like to release this track in support of Women's Aid. There is an organization that looks after women. They look after women who have gone through domestic violence, and girls as well. So I said I'll be releasing this track in support of Women's Aid. They are called Women's Aid in the United Kingdom. So he was like, oh, that's a good one. So I contacted Women's Aid. I explained to them what I was planning to do and all of that. They were so happy because the track was sold for 99p. And all proceeds from the sale of the track went to Women's Aid to support women who are going through domestic violence. Domestic violence, oh my God, it's a big problem. So, you know, the song I released was addressing the issues of domestic violence, how it affects people, how it affects the society, the kind of toll it takes on people when domestic violence is involved in any relationship. And no woman should be hit by any man, irrespective of what the man thinks the woman has done. Definitely. You know, I believe if you think your partner, your wife has offended you, or maybe your husband, because it's not just women that suffer domestic violence, men do as well. You know, so if you think your partner has offended you, done something you don't like, goodness me, pick your car keys and just get out of the house.
It's easy for some men to pick that car keys.
Well, it's very hard, yes, because some of times they are provoked to do other things, but still self-control is what you are trying to talk about. Talking about giving the proceeds to the
Women's
Foundation, yes. Does that mean that when you do music, it's not about the profitability that comes from it? Because at the end of the day, you still need to make a living and a living.
Yes.
So how does that happen? Because
of course I have to make a living at the end of the day. I mean, that's the purpose of, you know, doing music and, you know, promoting your songs. But this particular one is for Women's Aid because the calls they receive skyrocketed. It was 10 times what they receive normally. You know why? Because of the COVID-19, the victim and the perpetrator are in the same space. Because, you know, normally the perpetrator goes to work and then probably comes back, say, 5 or maybe after work at 5, might just hang out with friends, probably come back like 10 p.m. rather, you know, and then the friction is not that much. But with COVID-19, you are seeing each other every day, every week, every month. The man is there with you or the woman is there with you. So the violence increased, and even violence against children as well increased, you know. So the calls they were receiving was too high, and the government wasn't really able to support them like they should that period because too many things to support during COVID-19. So they had a campaign initially on Instagram saying, oh, people should donate as much as they can. So they can help women on the calls and everything, you know, do what they can when it comes to supporting women who have undergone domestic violence. So I just thought, okay, let's see what I can do.
So you've also been a youth influencer for the Truth About Drug. I think that's a UK.
Similar to
It's a London-based. But let's talk about the issue of drugs in that space, because I don't know if it's as rampant as it is here as it is there. And you will be in the best position to tell us how to, in comparison, the rate of drugs here and over there, and what you think about how it can be eradicated.
Well, I think when it comes to drug usage, as far as I'm concerned, it's the same everywhere. All over is the same. The use of cocaine, heroin, and even though they're trying to legalize marijuana now, but it makes people high at the end of the day. We're trying what we could, you know, to sensitize people, talk to them, let them know what drug taking can cause to the body, what long-term effect it can have on you if you're taking drugs. And that has been going well. Though we're supposed to have like a program before the COVID-19, but we couldn't have that. And a lot of things has just been all over the place at the moment now. But for me, drug use is the same all over the place. And we just, it's a big problem. And you know, sometimes people try to use drugs to suppress what they're feeling on the inside. But I think instead of you to take drugs to suppress whatever you're feeling on the inside, you should go for counseling and try and seek help. You know, a lot of people shy away from seeking help. What they do is they try to self-medicate and then try to get self-help, as opposed going to a professional and get the proper help.
Okay, let me ask you this, because you do acting, you sing, so there's a lot also in terms of charity and helping women. What part of your career are you say working in right now? Is it the acting part? I know that acting scene in Nigeria is really large.
Yeah.
You know, you've been in the scene before. Are you planning a comeback? Or you're just here to say, okay, let me just put this out and then I go back to the UK, come back again. What's the bigger picture for your brand?
Okay. What's the major focus?
Okay, the major focus for my brand is to promote my music.
Okay.
But at the back of that, to still do acting. And that is why I have gone into, you know, uni to study digital film production. Because I feel that when it comes to film production in Nigeria, Nollywood, with all due respect, we're lagging behind.
With all the new drama that we're seeing in terms of cinematography, in terms of location, in terms of the quality of the film.
Yeah, but again, let's look at the statistics.
Okay.
It's not much. Okay, if you look at Netflix, the Nigerian movies we have there is not up to 20.
I might count 20.
Well,
they're more than 20.
They're more than, but I get what you're saying.
I get what
that
you're
the
saying.
percentage is
You
a
know,
bit low.
and that is one of the reasons is because of picture quality, sound, things like that. We're lagging behind, and also when it comes to the visual tone, because I've been on set, Nigerian movies, except if they've changed now, but for me, when I was there, and even the one in the UK, because normally before you do a movie, you should have what is called a production booklet.
Yes.
They don't have production booklets. Yeah. I'm sorry, Nollywood people. I'm so sorry.
Well, I
I'm
don't
just
know
saying
because
this.
I watch a lot of Nigerian movies. I never used to watch Nigerian movies before. But
I get
now,
what you're saying. They don't have a lot of things. We just walk
Exactly.
around it and just, you know, chap,
Just
and just
do
do
it.
wish.
And that
There's
is-
very few productions that actually
Yeah,
do
and that is why when you compare movies abroad and the movies here, there's
there's
a massive gap, difference. It shouldn't be like that. Come on. Even Kenya now, they've improved. If you watch their movies now, lovely visual style, tone, everything. Nigerian movies doesn't have tone. I said this, sorry, with all due respect, I said this on Channels TV on Saturday. Our movies don't have tone.
So is there any Nigerian movie currently now that is doing you justice on all these areas that you've mentioned? A couple of Nigerian movies. Let's give him credit.
At least let's say one or two.
Yes,
They don't be like,
one
they
or
tell
two.
their story.
Let's give them
Rubbish,
credit.
rubbish.
Oh my God.
Anyone
Okay,
on your radar?
I like King of Boys.
Oh, okay.
It's amazing. I love it. I watched it. Yeah, it's really nice. I had to look the lady up that directed the movie. I'm like, okay, she studied in America. See what I'm saying?
So if you
Wala
want
also
to...
studied
Sorry,
in
without due
America.
respect,
Wala
Nollywood,
also
I'm
studied
so
in
sorry.
America.
Don't
Don't
crucify
crucify
me. Don't
me.
study it in Nigeria. But there are a lot of filmmakers that are trying to. You see, sometimes it's not even about them making the right films. It's about budget for these movies, and some of them don't have the budget, the financial budget or support that some of these international bodies have for their movies. So let's you know, give them little credit, you know, and just, you know,
A lot of
pat them here. And,
yeah,
you know.
a lot of them have good storyline.
Yeah.
But it's the execution that's... Sometimes you see a lot of unnecessary scene.
Extra scenes, yes.
Overflowing
You're like,
scenes.
what is going on? It might be a party scene. They're in a party scene for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Hello?
That has
We are trying to kill time now. We
Yeah,
are trying to
we
give you
the ones I
quality
watch, I
party
don't see
scenes for
party
90
scenes
minutes.
again. Was then they saw JT Thomas, they saw plenty.
You see them dancing. I'm checking the time.
They're still
2
dancing.
Still dancing.
That
3
Indian
minutes,
movie.
4, 5, 6, 10 minutes dancing. Just one scene. Oh, come on.
Hey, Sophia.
to watch us. But they're doing well. I wish I could even give a list of the ones I've watched.
Oh, you can't even remember.
No,
See?
I have.
There are
couple
not
of great
that
Ebony
really,
Life.
yeah.
I've watched a lot too. It's a great
Yeah,
one.
it's a great one.
There's
There are a couple of them
couple
that.
of
Then I
really
watched
interesting.
this one by how's this? By Mo Audu.
Yeah.
What's the name again?
Was it Oloture you watched?
Yes.
It was Oloture you watched. You see?
Oh,
I watched
it's
Oloture.
nice.
You
I love
know.
the visual effects.
Yeah, it had a mood.
You know, when the guy used the cutlass
Yes,
on the girl,
yes, it was-
I like
it was
it.
great.
All right, so we have games. We have interesting games for you. So
Okay.
it's a kind of like 4-picture in one kind of game, a
Okay.
4-picture 1-word game, and these are the 4 pictures. I think you have to pick.
What?
Yeah,
What is this?
these 4 pictures. What can you say it depicts? But it's a word.
Family.
Ah, is she right?
And she get this. You're the
You're
first
Oh, I got it.
guest. First guest to get our game.
Oh, wow.
Well, not, you are doing well. Let's go to the next one.
Pictures are not quite
It's not-
clear.
Coming up, please increase the brightness.
It's a bit. I can't really see the picture at the.
At the up. Oh wow, it's
It's not clear
not
at
clear.
all.
Please, can she see properly?
I can't see it.
oh sweet, it's
Okay.
clear now. Ah,
True.
well, we couldn't even see.
We couldn't
it.
see
We
that
couldn't,
one.
we couldn't see the
We
pictures.
Let's go to the
Sorry.
next one,
Clearly.
please.
Can we go to the next one, please? Okay. Game
It's 3
or
words.
bat? B-A-T, bat.
She
Okay,
get it.
let's
She get it. She get it.
I'm sure she did.
She got it. Because what was playing. That means if you saw the second one, you'd have gotten it too.
So the
Alright.
last one, or that's it? No, the last
Oh,
one.
there's one more.
Technology. Computer.
What's that? The one on the right-hand side, below the blue one. I can't quite
Below
get what
the
that
blue
is.
one, yeah,
It just feels like the internet.
It looks like
Is
is
that
it internet?
Let's see. No technology, no.
Archive. Oh,
Wow.
I
yeah,
can't see
the
what that
save
is.
button,
It's quite
oh, yeah. It looks like a
Alright.
drawer. Like
Yeah,
a drawer
exactly.
For files.
Thank you. You got 2 out of the game.
2
But
over
thank
4,
you.
eh? A B. You try.
All right. But
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming on the show. It's really nice having you and really talking about what you do and wishing you all the best going forward.
Thank you
Music,
so
acting, and
much.
everything in general. So it's
Thank
still the
you.
show is still on. It's Silverbird today. Our next guest is coming right through. We'll be talking about film, talking about the industry, because she made some points. So we'll be asking our next guest questions around
About
that to
that.
spark up that conversation.
Let's provoke some
Let's
some
probe
emotions.
for emotions on the show. Please don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.